All right. Greetings. Welcome back to Black Bear News, where everything is connected. Have a different mic, so let me know if you can hear me. It's probably better there. But good to see you all. Thanks for being here. We're live on X, on YouTube, and on Telegram. We're up in the Telegram chats if you want to go over there and watch the video. Heat wave in Chicago. Heat wave all over the Midwest. I've been seeing. Crank it while you got it. Yeah. Let's look at this for just a second. $97 today. Yikes. Heat index values near 110. Some locations. Yikes. Indiana is hot. Northwest Indiana. Yeah. When examining all weather-related fatalities, heat is number one. Second place is not even close. Second place being flooding. For 2024, and also for the 10 and 30-year averages. Yeah. You know, it's the, as they always say, it ain't the heat, it's the humidity. So be safe out there, you know, be careful. Drink that water. Ah. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, well, along with the heat that seems to be creeping everywhere, it's creeping in the Himalayas. Don't you know? What's happening? Well, Mount Everest, there are an estimated 200 plus bodies of deceased climbers. Still on Mount Everest, these bodies remain due to the extreme conditions and dangers of retrieval. Yeah, if somebody kicks it, you can't really carry him back down the mountain. Over 340 people have died attempting to summit Everest. And what's happening is that it's getting warmer. A lot of the ice is melting and it's starting to expose the bodies, the garbage, the feces, all the stuff that's been left behind by, you know, the intrepid humans. Doing what's never been done before. Oh, wait. It's been done before, but I want to do it. I've never done it before. I need to do it. Sorry about that on the mic. Didn't mean to blast you out if I did. My apologies. I don't know why, but people have to go to god dang Mount Everest. It's really not that deep, yo. Krista Nomad, what's up? Haven't seen you in the chats in a while. Welcome. Unfortunately, the big news from the weekend is that we bombed Irania. Thought we got enough of bombing Iraqnia. We had to bomb Irania. Yep. So all kinds of things are happening. They're talking about the possibility of Iran closing the Strait of Hormuz. They haven't yet, but they're assuming that they will. Or it seems to be a common, you know, realization that maybe they might be doing this, which is going to impact oil trade, oil prices, gas prices, all kinds of things. So this, I don't know. This is from Newsweek. Iran's parliament votes to close the Strait of Hormuz. This is actually from yesterday. Chris Martinson, I warned you. Nobody I know voted for this. Nobody voted for this. I don't know. Following U.S. strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities on Saturday, the Iranian parliament has voted in support of closing the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical oil transit choke points, according to media reports. So, supposedly or apparently, we struck 3 Iranian nuclear sites. It was called Operation Midnight Hammer. Ooh, sounds really cool. In Isfahan, Fordo, and Natanz, marked the first direct involvement of America in escalating the crisis between Iran and Israel. A lot of people think this is an official declaration, or taking this as an official declaration of war from the U.S. on Iran. I mean, I don't know how else you take it. Strait of Hormuz is a narrow waterway connecting the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman and the Arabian Sea. At its narrowest point, the strait is about 21 miles wide, with 2 shipping lanes that are 2 miles wide in each direction. Around 20% of global oil trade passes through the strait. Some experts have said that if Iran were to cut off access to the strait, it could spike oil prices by 30 to 50% immediately, with gas prices likewise rising by as much as $5 per gallon. During the Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s, Iran targeted oil tankers and oil loading facilities. These actions did not fully block the strait, but caused sharp increases in shipping insurance premiums and delayed maritime traffic. So it doesn't look like it's officially closed yet. I don't know. I was trying to get news on it today, but maybe this is from this morning. Tankers showing caution around Strait of Hormuz. Tankers reversed course away from the Strait of Hormuz as concerns rise on the possible closure of the vital choke point of trade. Reports by UK maritime trade operations on widespread electronic interference and GPS jamming and location spoofing are adding to vessel owners' worries. More tankers are reversing course away from the Strait of Hormuz. All vessels are in ballast, meaning they are empty or carrying light loads. So I don't know. People are watching this. No definitive word or confirmation that it has been closed yet. So everybody's keeping an eye on that. And this is what happens to people who want to uphold the Constitution, or who thinks people who think that what we're doing is unconstitutional. Christian Stefen, a member of the U.S. military, was placed on a 72-hour hold in a psych facility for posting this video stating that he wants to uphold our Constitution. Christian, who we need serving this nation, not the MAGA buffoons who think that infringing the rights of human beings is what they are fighting for.
Here in my hands, I have a written paper so I can be very articulate and clear about this message. May 2nd, 2023, I raised my hand and swore an oath to protect the Constitution and the land of the free with the people that reside within. The immigrants paying U.S. taxes, building homes, working blue-collar jobs. I swear to protect these people. They are our people, the ones that came into the U.S. authorized on a visa or green card, getting stripped away from families, undocumented children, losing parents, friends, siblings, pulled from homes to sit in a concrete room. They are kids. I don't need to be Hispanic to know this is wrong. I wear the name United States across my chest daily. I am a reflection of this country. I'm not proud to say this is a country I'm serving if it means destroying the lives of people that provide for this nation. Yes, there is a legal process, but it can be better. The colonists didn't have to pay thousands of dollars or get a visa to be on this stolen land. I might lose the uniform I wear, but then what is the First Amendment? Escucho.
So I guess that gets you a psych hold. All right. Sounds like somebody exercising their right to free speech and free thought. So, and some people might call that the highest honoring of the Constitution if you're calling out illegal or unconstitutional acts made by your leaders. So, Denver, you said something about why the price of oil hasn't gone up, and why, there's been reports that Iran struck some bases this morning, but I haven't really found anything definitive about that either. If anybody has anything, any links or any news on that. Oh, okay. Hold on. All right. It was like just breaking a couple of minutes ago. I couldn't really find anything on it. Oh. Iran attacks U.S. military base in Qatar with missiles. The attack came in retaliation for the U.S. B-2 bombers, cruise missiles striking nuclear development facilities in Iran on Saturday. Iran on Monday launched what its armed forces called a powerful and destructive missile strike on the United States. Explosions were heard in the skies over Doha, the capital of Qatar. The Al Udeid Air Base, whose 10,000 or so service members make it the largest American military installation in the Middle East, is located near Doha. So this is what I had heard, if anything. Is that there were no injuries and no damage really. And what I am hearing from other places, and it might be why crude is down, is that there's been reports that the U.S. was coordinating these strikes with Iran So there were reports that and this happens all the time, right? Where somebody feels like they have to make some kind of military strike, but they don't want to escalate things. This has happened in the past when Iran struck back at Israel. I feel like it was last year. They completely telegraphed what they were going to do. Said, "Well, we're going to, we're going to strike back," but they didn't really. They really didn't throw too much at them. Because they're doing it to save face, to show some strength, but without having to escalate things. And so there were talks that Trump actually told Iran, I'm gonna, I have to hit you because everybody expects me to, or Israel expects me to. I don't know. I don't know why it wouldn't be more beneficial to just stand on your own, convictions that you're not going to strike Iran. I don't know. Could be that some blackmail tapes have something to do with it, but we don't know. We don't know yet. But there is, as always, and as usual, the threat of things escalating, from here, just because the U.S. bombed Iran. Iran's going to bomb some bases. We're going to say, hey, that is an act of war against us. We can't have this. Here we go. We're going to, send in troops now. It is hard to keep up with, Poppy. Absolutely. Difficult to keep up with every single little wrinkle. So here we go. Well, before I get there to this, there's several soldiers posting that they're about to go into Iran. I saw multiple clips. Oh, this is not it. Sorry. Where to go? Shoot. Hold on. This is the wrong. Hold on. I'm going to get to this clip because it's a good one. Hold on. Bear with me. Things are running kind of slow. It's just too many tabs. Not enough memory. Gregory, what's up? Devil's Therapist, what's up? Denver's here. Extra Bulla. Cyrus. Malcolm. Kate. Bunch of people. Thanks for hanging out. Yo. Let's see. Nope, can't see this. All right. Let's see. Maybe something shorter. Here we go. This is it. Well, this is the one I wanted to show you. This is a soldier posting a video saying they're sorry. Okay, that's annoying, isn't it? The war on terror is never ending, and that is a beautiful thing indeed. if you're a war hawk, if you're a military contractor, that's exactly what you want. Yeah, so here's some things that I've been seeing about the supposed coordination of these. Geez, hold on. Lost my audio. Let's try it again. James Lee picked up on this. I saw this in a couple places. That there wasn't a lot of they didn't really do a lot of damage. They didn't really shut down those sites. That they didn't, there weren't a lot of casualties. They didn't really hit them with everything, apparently. Yeah, do you like that? There's no. Where is this mic coming from? Nobody knows. Oh, there it is. There it goes. Something like that. I can't really get it to. I don't know, man. I can't get it to not look strange. But I like my background, so I'm going to keep my background. We'll keep the Death Star mic for now. Where are we? Okay, so here we go. James Lee, is it true that the U.S. is coordinating with Iran? Did Bibi play Trump? Did Trump fool Bibi? Are they in on it together? The fog of war makes it impossible to know what's really going on. What's not in doubt, foreign lobbies are corrupting U.S. politics. Ban them, full stop. Let's watch this.
High-ranking Iranian officials have confirmed that the Trump administration gave them advance notice before the U.S. bombing of the nuclear sites in Iran, and the Americans also said that it was going to be a one and done if the Iranians don't respond against Americans. This is according to Amwaj Media, who spoke to Iranian officials, and here's what we know so far. Around June 19th or 20th, photos show large trucks gathering in front of the main entrance of the Fordo nuclear facility in Iran, who were probably there to evacuate all of the centrifuges and other really important stuff right before the US bombings on those areas. The US also made sure not to strike Iran from any of the US military bases in the Middle East, fearing Iranian retaliation against those military bases as well as those countries, with reports showing that the United States conducted the strikes against Iran directly from the United States. They struck Iran and they went back to the United States. And make no mistake, this was a huge strategic failure for Benjamin Netanyahu, because the Americans get to tell Bibi, hey, we did what you wanted, we bombed and destroyed their nuclear facilities. And so Netanyahu will now have to think of a new scheme to drag the United States back into the war against Iran, which he will, of course, because Bibi will not rest until there are American boots on the ground in Iran.
Okay. Saw that. Also, Iran gave a 12-hour heads up before launching its missile attack on the U.S. Bases stationed in Qatar. So they gave them an announcement. So Iran gave a 12-hour heads up before launching its missile attack on U.S. bases stationed in Qatar. No casualties are expected. What I heard that there was little to no damage, no casualties, nothing. So I guess what's key is what the response is to this. Like, oh my God, you've attacked our bases. Could be one response. This means war. That's one response. The other response is shoulder shrug. And the skeptic in me feels like this is what they want. Kind of a low level skirmish, which is what every war is now. I mean, every once in a while in the Ukraine war, you hear like, oh, Russia just struck Ukraine and Ukraine just struck Russia. A mighty blow. But, is it a mighty blow? Do things ever end? Are they ever? It's been a couple of years and it's been a couple of years of Russia about to strike a mighty blow and render Ukraine, unto them. And no, nothing happens. So it just keeps grinding on, which is kind of what the people who make the weapons want. They don't want things to escalate out of control. They just want reasons to have these like low level, we'll throw some bombs at you, you throw some bombs at us. It's great. Good for business. Exactly. Yes, Deline. That's the other thing is that Iran said after the strikes on Saturday, Iran was like, we moved that stuff a long time ago. And that the U.S. knew that they moved that stuff a long time ago. Right? Like the U.S. would not know, not know that they moved all the stuff out. Right? So it was just an excuse to throw some missiles at them. Personally, I don't see, I don't want to underplay it, and I don't want to put out there that I think this is, totally fine and everything is great. Not at all. On the contrary, this is not great. This is, going into Iran has long been foretold as, some kind of final escalation before World War III. But we'll see. We've been throwing missiles around the area for decades and no full-scale war. Israel has been throwing our missiles around the area for decades. No full-scale war. What's really important to note is while all this is going back and forth, while the Iran stuff is going on, Israel is absolutely obliterating Gaza. Absolutely obliterating the people that are left in Gaza. Absolutely taking out people that are waiting for aid. That is going on. That's still happening. And nobody seems to be paying attention to that, right? Because everybody's like, oh my God, here we go. We're going to war. Meanwhile, Gaza is still getting obliterated with just a little less, remember they shut off the internet? I don't know if it's still shut off. I'm not sure. But apparently they shut off the internet for quite a few days. Maybe a week. All kinds of mayhem was going on during that time. And people had a lot less access to information about what was going on in there. So it is, hard to know exactly what's happening or exactly what this means. I don't know. There's another post from an enlistee in the Army talking about the eventuality, let's see. Let's see. Let's see if I can find this. I think meant to grab this, but so these people are saying when you get steak and lobster for dinner, it means you're going to war. Yes, Gregory, I know about that. No, they did not close the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, we'll watch this real quick. It's a short one.
Brothers Defect has steak and lobster. How's your steak and lobster? All right, damn near decent. How's yours? I'm ready for war. We're going to war. I might have to double it. I had to run it back.
Okay. That's one of the few videos I saw about troops saying that deployment was imminent. It's an imminent front. Supposed eminence front. Whatevs is put on. Al Udeid, the head of the snake, has been evacuated. This is today. Max Blumenthal. British flight from London to Qatar doing a sharp mid-air turnaround. So I guess they're diverting some air traffic there. Yeah. Sorry, you can't see this. There's a plane going to a boop. All right, last we're going to watch this video before we move on to other subjects. It's already late in the hour. Guys, this is only an hour show. I should announce this at the beginning. This show is only an hour. I don't stay on the air for hours. I probably should, because it seems like the shows that stay on the air for hours tend to accumulate more followers. But I just don't have the time and the wherewithal to be on air for hours. So your show is an hour, so get in here while the getting's good. Qatar is the Michigan of the Middle East. Okay. Only lunatics stay on for hours. But I see almost everybody that streams tends to do like 2-3 hours. Ryan Christian does like 4. I don't even know how. Yeah. A lot of people do long streams. 7Cs does those 3-hour webs that are interesting, but I don't have the time in my day to listen to 3 hours of anything. You got me for like 30 minutes, maybe. I got to move on. Anyways. All right. Carrie Bird is saying, brilliant analysis. Israel is kind of F. Last year, I said wouldn't exist in 10 years. Now I think it won't be here for 5 years. So let's listen to this.
Must be out of your mind if you think that America entering the war and escalating the war is going to be good for you in any way whatsoever. They want to finish you. Don't you understand that? Look, construction in your country, in Israel, has already stopped. It already stopped 600 days ago. When your buildings get damaged, they're staying damaged. Do you understand? Do you have any idea how much more damage Iran can absorb than you can absorb? Their country is 70 times larger than you. 70 times. Their army is at least 4 times larger than you. And their soldiers aren't on TikTok. They're not quitting. They're not refusing to serve. They're not getting taken off duty for mental problems. They're not committing suicide. They're not killing themselves. No, it doesn't even matter how much damage America could potentially do to Iran. You cannot sustain a fraction of what Iran can sustain, and that's just a fact. If this goes on for even just 6 months, you're looking at an economic toll on your economy of upwards of $165 billion. That's 35% of your GDP. Double that if it goes on for a year, and it can go on for a year. If it's a full-blown war and Iran starts to get replenishments of their artillery from Russia, China, North Korea, whatever, and if they reactivate their proxies, oh yes, it can go on. And yes, the fact of the matter is that your people all have somewhere else to go when things get bad. Iranians don't. You understand? Iranians don't even have to carry out a mass casualty attack in Israel. They don't have to focus on that. All they have to do is land one rocket in one building, and everyone in every apartment of that building is on a plane to New York. They're on a plane to Paris or to Moscow. They can literally depopulate your whole country just by targeting infrastructure. Because at the end of the day, you're all pampered Westerners, after all. You're not trying to live without Wi-Fi and cappuccinos. You know it and I know it. You're not ready to die for the Zionist cause. I mean, be serious. And then there's the fact that, what do you think happens if they escalate the war? What do you think happens when American soldiers start dying for you? Listen, Americans don't even want to see American soldiers overseas supposedly dying for their own country in Iraq, in Afghanistan, wherever else, according to the rationale that they give their soldiers and their soldiers' families. You notice that they didn't even send their own soldiers to go and fight in Ukraine against their arch enemy, Russia. I mean, firstly, what on earth makes you think that they're even going to be willing to fight and die for you when they don't even want to send their soldiers, like I said, to go fight and die supposedly for their own country, you know, in various military engagements around the world? What makes you think that you're not just going to get Ukrained out of existence by your best friend, Uncle Sam? They're willing to fight Russia down to the last Ukrainian. What makes you think that they're not going to be willing to fight Iran all the way down to the last Israeli? Wallahi, you're not reading the room at all.
All right. Well, interesting take. I don't know. I keep hearing that Israel's not going to exist in a few years or something like that. Maybe. You know what, Kate? I just thought that because Malcolm asked if that guy was wearing a Mission Impossible mask. And I was like, yeah, there is something a little weird about his movements and the fact that he has a particular look that never changes, right? From video to video. Each video looks exactly the same. He's sitting in the same spot, wearing the same suit, same haircut. I don't detect a difference in any of the hairs on his face or his head. And I wondered, when Malcolm said that, I thought, what if this is AI generated? What if somebody gives him the script? You know, just gives him the script and he talks it all out. It could be. You were watching his mouth. I'll have to look at it again. Yeah. Good catch, Kate. Yeah, I wonder if somebody is generating those with a particular, you know, their own particular words behind it. I don't know. Yeah, it is an interesting thing to do, right? Wouldn't that, you know, if you don't want to expose yourself or show yourself, you could generate a video of some person, a talking head, you know, write the words out for them, and then you aren't Max Headroom 2025. I mean, he has a bit of a Max Headroom vibe, I think, for sure. We'll call him Maximilian. Some days the coffee just hits so good. Victory's watching over on X. Look him up and said instead of speculate. Oh, I know he has a bunch of videos out there. It's just interesting. The way his video presented are very interesting. What's the name again? I've played so many of his videos, but I can't remember his name. Anybody have it on the tip of their tongues? Has anybody seen a video with him that looks different? I mean, yeah, speculation is fun, man. It's fun. Kate says, I go to bed early sometimes just to wake up early and enjoy my coffee. Yeah, spoken like a true addict. 7 o'clock. I better go to bed so I can get some coffee soon. That's something I might do. Why can't I remember his name? I don't know. Oh, here we go. He has a name. I bet Optical Optics or Obsolete Optics knows. How do you know that I'm not AI? Oh. I feel like I've got too many like very annoying ticks to be AI. You have to not drink coffee after noon. Yeah, after this show is over, I'm done with my coffee intake for the day. Generally. But man, it tastes so good right now. I might have another cup, but I probably won't. Nobody has this guy's real name yet. Well, it's interesting because somebody asked Grok about this guy. And Grok says that the speaker in the video isn't clearly identified and the content seems satirical. But that's Grok. We're not going to take that as any kind of real explanation. He has a whole YouTube channel. All right, nobody knows. Doesn't this guy have a YouTube channel? Pretty sure. I know Obsolete Optics has shared his videos. Double O, man, help me out if you're out there. All right, we spent way too much time speculating. And I am not even close to being done. So let's just get through the last post if we can. Meanwhile, if you like the show, if you want to support the show, if you enjoying this show for free 99 Monday through Friday, and you want to keep on enjoying the show, consider supporting the show at the links in the description box on YouTube, or Linktree on X, or Linktree on Telegram. All the usual suspects are there: PayPal, Venmo, CashApp, Zelle, Buy Me a Coffee, Ko-Fi, Patreon, and a Substack. All right, let's keep on going. If we can. Good post. Literally everyone wants the ultra rich to pay more in taxes, even the wealthy. Left, right, blue collar, white collar, high earners, and low earners. It's the rare issue that actually unites people, and yet it doesn't happen. Funny how that works. Well, I imagine the high earners say they think it's a good idea, but they don't actually act, because they're the only ones that have the power and the influence to really get this enacted. And it's not getting enacted because they have the power and the influence. So there's that. But it is a very unifying concept that the wealthy should be. I showed you guys the graph of tax revenues versus debt in the US. And for one thing, the individual tax revenues were way higher than the corporate tax revenues, which were absolutely tiny. And when I looked at that graph, that jumped out at me as that's the problem, right? Remember when we had an 90% corporate tax rate? Yeah, that's the problem. If we taxed corporations what they should be taxed, we would not have a deficit. We'd be able to give everybody Medicare for all. We'd be able to pay for infrastructure upgrades. We'd be able to take care of people, homeless, veterans, right? We would be able to give people healthcare, mental health care, all kinds of services. We'd be able to train cops how to police effectively. But no, we can't have any of those things. And we are in a death spiral because we can't tax corporations what they should be taxed. It's Shahid Bolson. Thank you. Yeah, doesn't he have a YouTube channel? I feel like he does. I mean, I'm kidding. I've seen him do so many videos. I want to think that he's a real guy. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's AI. I don't know. Here he is with, in a different setting. Being interviewed, and he Are you looking at his mouth, Kate? Hold on. I'm not showing you this. Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily contradict with him being right.
Sorry, I'm jumping around.
They make moral decisions and they make intelligent decisions. For example, you could say that Abu Jahl was a very rational man. Abu Jahl made rational decisions. Who is this coming along saying he's a prophet and is dividing people and is this and that? And this is our...
I know. I'm not really convinced by this video. I'm not convinced by this video. Sorry, that was my bad, guys. My bad. No, you guys are good. I'm good. Everything's fine. Can you hear me? My bad. His forehead does not move. I don't know. I assume he's a real guy, but I'm not convinced fully yet. I meant to backspace this. All right. We're not calling him AI yet. We're going to assume he's a real guy. I don't know. Yeah, it's, you're not going to be able to really like pick it out here. Okay, my God, I've lost all. I was going to cover a bunch of stuff about ICE. Well, let's get into that. By the way, so a lot of people are saying the ICE, it came out this weekend that a lot of the ICE troops are bounty hunters. Right? A lot of the people, there's people coming out and confessing that they're getting paid like $1,000 a person to round up people or more. So that would explain why there's so many ICE people deployed. For one thing, they're deploying like Proud Boys. They're deploying, people who are sympathetic to the Trump administration. And this is a very, very interesting. He looks real on Reddit. Okay. I'm not going to call him AI yet, but who knows? Enrique Tarrio, who is one of the Proud Boy, like top brass. Poppy Davis says Shahid Bolson is a controversial figure, but an influential public intellectual of the Muslim world. Okay. I mean, I like his videos. I like what he has to say. He does have a little bit of a Max Headroom thing going on. It's okay. Enrique Tarrio, who is, Proud Boy leader, is now he's becoming the ICE raid czar. And that is, that's wild. Here's the thing to remember. Enrique Tarrio has long been known to be an FBI insider, informant. So people are saying that, the Proud Boys are this or that, that they're some kind of like right-wing fascist organization, but they are filled with, FBI insiders and informants and all kinds of stuff. So it's like, are they an extension of the government? Are they really their own entity? Are they an extension of the government to entrap people into these types of organizations? Who knows? Probably both. So let's watch this.
Sure, many of you thought this as well. The pardoned insurrectionists, including the Proud Boys and Enrique Tarrio, they posted this on social media at the ICE raid site. They are now working for ICE. That's why their faces are covered. And they're white supremacists. They're anti-LGBT. These are the people that are grabbing you, nabbing you, kidnapping American citizens and people who are legally going through the process here. Donald Trump's administration is actually removing their legal status and kidnapping them and sending them away to death camps. And these are the people that are doing it with ICE.
Grabbing you, nabbing you, rapping while they're stabbing you.
So those people that don't have badges, those are insurrectionists, Proud Boys, white supremacists in the United States. How is this legal? I want you to know. I want to ask you. And do we have a right to say no? But they have rifles and guns.
You do have a right to say no. I mean, that's a lot of them are being turned away and driven off because all people are doing is saying, identify yourself. So hold on. Hold on. I need to go back through here a little bit. Deline says CIA. Well, there's a lot of videos of people kind of chasing them off or getting them to go away by just, telling them to identify themselves, telling them that what they're doing is illegal. Here's this post says ICE is melting. ICE immigration agents in the city of Bell. ICE was chased out of the city of Bell by local citizens.
Some of those that burn crosses are the same that hold on.
F that song because those guys are sellouts, so whatever. So the firefighters, the police department drove ICE out along with citizens. I saw another post where people called the cops. They were being harassed by ICE agents, and they called the cops. And when the cops showed up, the ICE agents left. So there is not necessarily one-on-one support between the police departments and the ICE agents. Yeah, exactly. Fuck you, bro. Unless you really want to tell me what to do, then okay. Let's see. I had a couple of posts on this, but I don't have all the ones that I want. Hold on. I feel like this is another one where this woman is standing her ground. Is this the one? And it's great that people are sharing these videos because they're basically telling, they're showing people how you can get these ICE agents to kind of back off. Yeah, here it is. In Torrance, ICE or kidnappers are comically turned away at the Bubble Bath car wash. She calls them fat, out of shape, and other assorted names as they harass a man who's clearly not a murderer or a gang member, but alas, a simple working man working hard to keep cars clean down in the beach communities. This is...
No tiene que contestar nada. No tiene que contestar nada. No tiene que contestarle nada.
What are you guys
No
doing? Hey,
Batch.
Hey.
Okay, you need to identify yourselves. You need to identify yourselves. No, you need to identify yourselves. This is kidnap. This is kidnap. You need to fucking identify yourselves. You identify yourselves. What's your batch number?
I identify myself to him. I'm talking to him. I'm not talking to you.
No, we didn't see any of that shit. We didn't see any of that. No tiene que contestar ninguna pregunta. ¿Se identificó con usted?
A lot of them
Okay.
look
Ni madre,
not well
no
trained
conteste
or not
nada.
in shape
No
or just
conteste nada.
uncoordinated in what they're doing.
Ni firme nada. Why don't you question me? You guys are not even eyes. You need to identify yourselves. You're just nothing but fucking bounty.
Yeah.
Can I see your badge, please?
My badge is right here.
No, I don't see it.
Yeah, it's right there.
No, I need to see it. No, this is kidnap.
No, they're just,
This
it's
is
just a
kidnap.
badge printed on
This
your
is
shirt.
kidnap.
This is an immigration inspection.
This is a
You can
kidnap.
record all you want. Just please stay out of the race for your safety.
I am staying out of the way, but it is also my right to record. So this is fucking kidnap because you guys just show up and you do not identify yourselves, so they don't have to go. They don't have to go with you guys. You identify yourselves? I need to see the badge.
Oh no, my badge is right here.
No, that is
Good
not
on
your
this lady
badge.
for-
It's not your badge. You know what? I do have a little bit of education, and I know that is not your badge. That is not your badge.
No, it's just a badge printed on his uniform. It's just the shape of
So
a badge.
unless
So
you
it's
guys
not your
identify
badge.
yourselves, you are not taking anybody.
Right? The bounty hunter shit is crazy. Because people are struggling. There's a lot of people out there like struggling, having a hard time, maybe making ends meet, you know?
No
And if they
contesta nada.
think like, okay, I can get on the other, on the other side of this,
It's like eyes with freaking out of shape, fat
I just-
asses.
by just running their, right? Like, oh yeah, sure. They'll throw a uniform at you and a mask and a printed badge on your vest and it says police and DHS on it.
Fucking racial profiling is against the law, you motherfuckers.
Right on.
Get the fuck out of here, assholes.
Good for this lady. And look at, they're showing up in just like a random.
No, these are not even eyes. These are not eyes. These are fucking bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Fuck them,
Yeah.
assholes.
Yeah. Good job. What city is this? Torrance. This is right up the road. Probably about 20 miles away from here. Up straight up north. Torrance is kind of towards the beach. South of LA. Yeah, so there's plenty of videos like this of ICE agents coming up to harass people, and they're like, "Who are you? Identify yourself. What's your badge? What's your name? Who are you?" They're filming them, and they know that whatever they're doing is not legally sustainable. So, here's video of there's so many of these videos all over the place of ICE harassing people. And it's infuriating. In Hollywood, Trump's unhinged Gestapo smashes a window, then tackles and arrests an American citizen for filming it, saying, I got one. So remember, a lot of these guys aren't actual officers and or just people.
No les abra.
Who do this.
Yo, are you fucking serious, bro?
It's not okay. It's definitely not okay.
Get your fucking hand up. Get your fucking hand up. Give me your fucking hand. You want it? You got it, sir. You fucking got it.
Was he? Was Clint
You wanna go to
Eastwood
jail?
married?
Fine.
I don't
You got
remember
it. Was it? No, you wanted it. You got it. All right. Boom.
Federal agents
Boom.
are not.
Joe, get up, sir. Get up. What up? I'm gonna put your phone in your pocket. You got
Hired.
it?
Oh, Carmel. Okay. Yeah, Carmel is high tone.
Let's go to the south side here. Clear out here. Get the south side.
All right, you can't really see much more at that. Anyways, it's kind of wild, and it is strange how this is happening in a lot of places, but seems like Los Angeles is getting the brunt of this. Maybe this is one more of someone getting told to move on. I think this is, if I remember, these J6 bounty hunter punks cosplaying as ICE agents think they have the upper hand everywhere, drunk on power, but no, they are cowards. Yeah, this is another one.
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
No, they are
Give me your ID.
That's absolutely
Who
a
are
thing.
you? You think
True.
you just ask for people's IDs and block traffic?
They're absolutely subcontracting to bounty hunters. They are. Yes, Bobby Davis. They're.
Let me see your
I'm
ID
told
right
they're
now.
getting $1,000 a person
He thinks he can demand people's IDs on the sidewalk.
to round people
bro.
up, and that's why there's so many takers. Right,
Let me
$1,000
guess,
a
you're,
person is a
one
lot of
those
money.
idiots that can't mind his own business. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Give me your ID. Who are you? You think you can just ask for people's IDs and block traffic? Get out of here. Right now. Let me see yours first, officer. Let me see your ID right now. What a... He thinks he can demand people's IDs on the sidewalk, bro. Let me guess, you're one of those idiots that can't mind his own business? Who are you?
Okay. Yeah, man. So it's really, the situation is really fucked up. But sorry for my language. But a lot of people are pushing back with great success. So remember that these fools don't have the power that they're trying to hold over people. And if enough people push back, they can yeah. It is wild what's happening. Yeah, there's another video of a woman who is posing as an ICE agent, and she's got somebody in her back seat, and she's like, I'm getting $1,000 to take you to the immigration center. So if you want to give me $1,000, I can let you go. Oh my God. Like wild stuff. Hold on. Let's see if I can find that real quick. But I'm going to have to sign off, guys. This show has gotten very long. Okay. Where do they take them? They take them to the immigration centers, detention centers. Here we go. Bounty hunters are getting contracted to help ICE for $1,000 to $1,500 per illegal.
Seattle. Tacoma called me and told me that as the waves go through, this is the first wave. The second and third is when they're going to hire us. The ICE is going to hire us bounty hunters, and they're going to be giving $1,500 to $1,000 per illegal.
Okay, I'm not gonna. This is a long video, so I'm not gonna play it all, and I have to sign off here. Trying to find this other one, but I don't think I'm going to find it right now. All right, guys, I gotta sign off, and thank you all for hanging out. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I covered mostly what I wanted to cover today. You're going to go to Bandcamp. Sweet. Kameshwari. Glad to hear it. Don't think I have anybody to thank at the moment. Denver did hit me up on Friday. Thanks, Denver. Hit me on Venmo with a 20 spot, so I appreciate you, man. And I will see you guys tomorrow at the regular time of 12 p.m. Pacific. Thanks, everybody on X who's been watching. Anybody who's watching on Telegram. Appreciate you. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Peace out.